TVs, electronic devices, you name it. Inmates at Johannesburg prison have it all. The city of Joburg is soon to receive a massive 2.5 billion rand loan. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
Former Arts and Sports Minister Zizi Kodwa has resigned with immediate effect as a Member of Parliament. The ANC says he tendered his resignation to the party Secretary-General Fikile Mbalula yesterday. Kodwa is facing a series of corruption charges linked to state capture, and he's accused of receiving kickbacks from EOH CEO Johan McKay to the tune of more than 1.6 million rand during his stint as the ANC national spokesperson. The former minister stepped down from his job when he was charged last month. The smuggling of contraband and electronic devices into prisons in the country remains a concern for correctional services. But who helps them get it all inside? A multidisciplinary raid by the Department of Correctional Services and the police force officials at Joburg Prison found hundreds of illegal items in containers, mattresses, linen, books, and even in the roof of cells.
Some of them end up having, medical complications, medical conditions that threaten their lives. Some of them call and say, hey, I have this thing inside me. Now I'm feeling uncomfortable. And we have to take them to the hospital for them to be operated to take them out.
Correctional services say they will go after their own first, as it seems many of them are complicit.
Movements to court, movements to hospitals, movements even inside the center. For those that visit the clinic or they attend to rehabilitation programs, because these movements are the ones that provide an opportunity for these contrabands to be exchanged.
The first relationship crack of the Government of National Unity has played out in court today. This is the DA case against President Cyril Ramaphosa for allegedly violating the Electoral Code of Conduct. The DA said Ramaphosa's televised speech 3 days before the elections was a political campaign disguised as an official speech from the presidency. The party wants the Electoral Court to reduce the votes the ANC got by 1% and also fine the president 200,000 rand in his personal capacity.
Representative for the DA, Advocate Anthony Steyn, claims they were part of Cyril Ramaphosa's speech that were presidential and others that were political. In his answering affidavit, Ramaphosa says it was important for him to address the nation ahead of the elections. Ramaphosa says his speech was informed by meetings he had with the country's security cluster, which assured him measures were in place to ensure the elections were free and fair. The president says his speech was neutral and he never once mentioned his political party, the ANC. Ramaphosa says he told the country of the achievements and challenges of his administration. Ramaphosa says he didn't mention how he would fix these challenges, as that would have been a political assumption that he was returning to office. Thabiso Koba, Eyewitness News, Johannesburg.
The Joburg Council has finally approved a 2.5 billion rand loan from the French Development Agency. The loan was sought to address the city's financial difficulties. Voting took place during an extraordinary council meeting today where a majority of the parties in council voted for the financial cushion. The loan was previously rejected 3 times in council due to fears it would unnecessarily burden the city's coffers.
Today, the councillors of Johannesburg, in their large numbers, have collectively resolved to put the residents of Johannesburg's interests before their own party political interests and positions. They are now committing as councillors to ensure that we move with speed in stabilizing the finances of the city of Johannesburg.
At the same time, there are mounting calls from several civil society organizations for the removal of Aljamar's Kabela Gwamanda from the City of Joburg's mayoral office. The Ahmed Kutrada Foundation, the organization undoing tax abuse, and other organizations have jointly expressed frustrations over what they describe as incompetent leaders at the helm of the metro.
The management of the city is never going to fix Joburg on their own. They are broke and they're going out for more loans. They're indebting the city further to the future of our children and our future generations, and we're not going to get out of this hole. So we have to get out of this hole collectively, and we have to do so with joint cooperative leadership with the various communities.
And South African archer Vian Roux has been in action ahead of the official opening of the Games tomorrow. Currently ranked 166th in the world, he's an outsider and a medal remains a distant hope at the moment. Also in sport, Proteas fast bowler Gerald Coetzee will miss the upcoming Test series in the West Indies due to injury. And coming up for the next 3 days at the Johannesburg Theatre, Cape Town Opera's beautiful Lucia di Lammermoor is a tale of love, betrayal and madness. It first premiered in 1835. Go and see it if you can.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.